I So let's go. I think we are live now. We are live, mate.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello. We are about to start with the Game Jam Talks. This is the very first time that Game Jam Plus, the international video game competition, will happen in Angola for the very, very first time. And today, here, I'm your host. I'm Marcelo Gomes. I'm a technical artist. Currently, I work for the Carbon Games, a studio here in Portugal. I'll be hosting the event from Portugal on this side. And we brought a lot of surprises for you guys. So this is the first time that Angola will participate in Angola in the Game Jam Plus. Game Jam Plus is the international competition of video games, the most acclaimed one. And we have this, and we decided to organize also for a very first time a segment that we call Game Jam Talks, which will be conducting interviews with people who are making vibes, making waves around the industry around the world. We thought it was a good time to do that because we need it. There are a lot of people that and voices that need to be heard across the world, and we want to connect them. We want to help to make a borderless industry in the world. So with me, I will have my guy, a guy who just launched a video game this month of October, IDILI, and it's a really, really good game from Italy. I have there with me Stefano Piras, a sound designer. He is the founder of Megalith Interactive, a new brand studio in Italy. He's making the waves, and he's out actually building the industry in Sardinia, right? He comes from Sardinia, a small island in Italy. Like Stefano, we want to hear more from you. We want to hear more from you, Stefano.
Yeah, so Marcelo, thank you so much to having me here and to introduce me as a sound designer and founder of Megalith Interactive Studios. So yeah, Megalith is a super small company that I just found a couple of months ago. And let's say that our aim is to try to develop a video game industry here in Sardinia. We are not the first one that are working on a game, but surely the first ones that are working as Sardinian guys on a project, IDILI, that talks about Sardinia, but not in a classic way. Let's say that we are trying to communicate our culture, tradition, and our tourism possibility with this game. So let's say that in general, we are trying to not just develop a game industry here in Sardinia. We are also trying to improve the tourism. With Marcelo, we met in Madeira for the gaming startup retreat, a very cool opportunity to understand how culture and games are working all over the world. And we agreed on a lot, basically on 100% of things. That's my brother from Angola.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, so we are trying to do this with humility. We are the last arrived, as we say in Italy. So we don't have any kind of pretenses, but with truly love and passion for games and for our Sardinia, but like for all of the rest of the world, because Sardinia is amazing, but every part of the world is amazing. So we are starting from here, hoping to reach also places, beautiful places, amazing places as Angola. So let's see what happens in the future.
But tell us like how did it start IDILI? Like Stefano, I'm curious. How did it start? It's a horror game, but like who wrote the script very first, like the narrative?
Okay, so let's say me. Basically, I'm in charge. I was in charge of every single aspect of the game. The only thing that I didn't work it on is the 3D stuff because I never. I'm not a 3D artist, and I'm very far from being one.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything started when I came back from London.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
I lived 1 year in London to
Yeah.
find some jobs and life experiences because
Mm.
let's living in Sardinia is amazing, it's the paradise.
Yeah.
But before to go to the paradise, you should live your life, no? So see what there is outside from Sardinia and from Italy. And in Italy, we are, um, let's say, it's a place where arts, culture is not missed. So it's full
Yeah.
of it's full of tourism possibilities. And while I was living in London, like my one of my worst and biggest question to myself was what I can do here in London more than be just a part of a chain that doesn't have anything in common with me. Um, so I started studying the archaeological sites in Sardinia, but not
Mhm.
studying as an archaeologist, studying as a guy that want to live an experience in the archaeological site. So not just knowing the technical details about the nurages and stuff like that, but also trying to have some kind of emotions behind the tour, no? And
Yeah.
it's something that is missed in Sardinia. We have a lot of archaeological sites. We have more than 8,000 nurages in Sardinia. It's like the the region with the most density of archaeological sites from all over the world. So
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
uh, it's not a detail. Let's say this.
Yeah.
And so I was like, how can I improve the tourism in Sardinia? Because we have very beautiful beaches and seas,
Mhm, mhm.
and our tourism it's only around this summer, let's say summer season.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we have a very beautiful spring, autumn, and winter as well. And we
Yeah.
have a lot of events, a lot of places mm, to watch and not watch. I mean, a lot of places to visit.
Yeah.
Um, our nuragas, for example, they have 3,500 years. So we are talking about 1,500 years.
Yeah.
Uh,
Historical assets. Yeah. Yeah. That
That,
really.
that's
Yeah.
that's a tourism asset that you can sell, no?
Yeah.
So everything started from this. Then I went to games because I studied in Rome,
Mhm.
mastering for video games, and we started. We had a 15 hours course
Yeah.
where we were learning how to use Unreal Engine. And I fell in love with Unreal Engine as a child with Legos. I was like, I can't believe it exists something like this.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Unreal
Yeah.
is truly amazing. So I started just playing around. I did, Marcelo knows very well how to make a 3D object from drones. So
Yeah.
photograph.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
started with a friends of mine as a game just to see. Let's see what happens if we do the photogrammetry of the Nurag.
Yeah.
Then we
Yeah.
the OBJ, the model inside Unreal, and we were like, wow, that's super cool. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And another thing is that for the master course,
Uh,
the final thesis was about to make a composition or make a proper music for video games. We had
yeah.
two different mini games, but I didn't like both. So I was really going to make my own game. Then I can do my own music on my own game. No. Uh, and so I started with a friend of mine, Alessio Porcedo, that is still
Yeah.
working on the project,
Yeah. Yeah.
making the first version of the game. That is the one that I showed to Marcelo when we met in Madeira.
Yeah.
And everything starts from that project. I discussed the master thesis with that game.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
um, I also remember that a couple of teachers, they were mad at me because I didn't produce like a super mega scores or
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of doing this, I did like a study on a sound, not just music or sound design. I
Hmm.
merged both genres and categories. Uh, so working on the game, I started seeing and feeling the attention from the people, from the
Yeah.
region. So step by step, I tried to build a team. Let's don't forget that Megalith Interactive is a very small company. Like, we don't have any kind of budget. All the people
Okay.
that game gives their own effort, um, and that's super beautiful, but a problem as well, because uh, you need to fill your fridge if you want to live your life. No.
Yeah, and that's actually what I want to ask, like, because the game is really beautiful, and I tell Stefano this every day. The game is really beautiful, like visually, it's appealing, and I wonder, like, how does a really small team with basically no budget can build something out of this? Stefano, like, do you have anything that you can show us, like screenshots of the game or anything, just because probably people don't realize how good the game looks. And it's like when I saw the game for the first time, I thought, oh wow, how these guys came up with this. Like how it's possible. Like this is a level that I want to achieve, and how these people can do this. And I was wondering, like, yeah, it's something that I want people to feel like and to know more. Like, can you visually guide us?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. I already prepared here um, a page. So basically, on May we participate to the Rookies Awards.
Mm-hmm,
Um, it was very, 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 very beautiful because it was the first time we did the new map with Rafael. Rafael is the main 3D artist of the project. Rafael
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Bernal. You know?
yeah,
And we met with Rafael in Madeira as well. So I have to say that Gaming Startup Retreat gave us the possibility first to meet super cool people,
yeah.
brothers that we didn't know to have all around the world. Especially, we had the possibility to like have some kind of confirmation on what our project we were working
Yeah,
on. So,
yeah,
I noticed that IDILI were having some kind of credibility on Madeira as well, and that this gave me like the very uh, reason why to continue working on IDILI. Uh,
yeah,
so yeah, let's start with IDILI, a Sardinian horror experience, because everything is based on Sardinian legends, Sardinian places. So
hmm,
that's let's say cultural advertisement, like
yeah,
to
yeah,
inside the map some important places, and these important places are about our culture. Um, Continuing, we see IDILI is a first-person survival horror video game. So yeah, it's a first-person survival horror, and as I said, this project started as a master degree thesis. I can show you. Let's start maybe with a gameplay trailer,
yeah, yeah. We're
um,
curious.
and then I can show you some screenshots, some more in-deep images of how we worked on the game. So I just need to stop my stream and restart it because I noticed that I need to share only the
Only one screen. Okay, feel free to.
in order
Yeah,
to start the audio as well. So let me just pause my stream, and then let me start again presenting.
Yeah, IDILI actually. Why the reason why I bought Stefano on this is because IDILI it's a game that promotes tourism. Besides just being like an horror and everything, like the art of the game, it's also a game that brings a lot of value in terms of tourism to Italy. And this is like a topic that I think in Angola, especially in my country, and not just, it's something that cause the attention of everyone. Like we want to show as much as we want, like as we need from our land. There's so much to take value from. For example, Angola has 18 provinces, like, and a lot of people only concentrate in Luanda. So this is also a topic of diversity. I never knew, for example, Sardinia before the game. I only came out to basically know this Sardinian island after you told me about this game, and it was something like, wow, this guy is actually like rebuilt the city, rebuilt the island, and put everything there. Like it was magic. And this is a really cool way of promoting tourism. This is a really cool way, and it's a level that I think if we only can reach this with video games, honestly. And I think the industry does a very good job if the industry keeps an eye on these things. Do you agree at least with me on this, Stefano?
Absolutely, yes. I have to say that in Sardinia we have like a bug, okay,
Hmm.
where we think that, I mean, so let's start with Sardinia. It's very beautiful. As I
Yeah,
said, all of the world is beautiful, but
yeah,
in particular Sardinia, we have like the most beautiful beach in Europe and the second one in the world. And it's
yeah,
not just we have tons of beaches that are amazing. Like if you take a picture, it's worse than to see with your own
yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
So I'm truly sincere on this. But at the same time, we think that the rest of the world knows something about Sardinia, and it's not true.
Hmm.
Uh, it's not true, especially the thing about our culture, the most ancient one,
Yeah.
and about nuragas. I mean, imagine that nuragas were the first, um, let's say, the first model of castles. Like later, I will show you some kind of images about
Hmm.
Sardinian nuragas, and it's incredible to
Yeah.
think that 3,500 years ago we already have had like the like castles and stuff like that,
Hmm. Hmm.
and most of them are older than 3,500 years ago.
Yeah, yeah,
When
yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah.
something like this to tourists, they are just 3,000. Are you sure?
Hmm.
Yeah, no,
Hmm.
maybe more than 3,000.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very, very interesting. Um, so, like, the point is, let's find another way to promote the culture and, like, without the teaching and do the lessons to the people on what it is Sardinia,
Yeah, yeah.
but just to give to the people the possibility to be interested in find out what it is Sardinia. So let's see what are nuragas. Let's see.
Let's
Uh,
see. Let's see. Let's see. I want to see.
Exactly. So it's a decision that is taken from the tourist, not you are forcing them to being interested in our culture.
Yeah.
The whole project and ideally the narrative is about two American tourists that
Yeah.
went to Sardinia for the solstice event because here in Isili, my
Hmm.
village, the village that where the nuraghe is. Basically, during the summer solstice, it happened a very very interesting event
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
called
Yeah.
archaeoastronomic, where the sun between the sunrise and the sunset is aligned with the two different nuragas. So these two tourists came too easily to experience this archaeoastronomical event. So the whole story is about the two tourists, not Sardinia, but
Yeah.
they are in Sardinia. So you have the possibility to see. Oh, they are talking about real places. Yeah. Uh, does the Nuragas exist? Yes. How they looks like? Oh, they looks like basically uh, how they looks like in the game. And so in this way, you are teaching something without teaching something. Like that's something guys from Greek people. Like they already knew that in order to be useful teaching, they need to play. And what the best way to play if not with video games in 2024? You can also play with physical games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But with the video games as well.
It's way better. It's more interactive. This is actually something that I will talk about this later, but in the companies, for example, now that I work in a gamification company, and we are using video games not just for entertainment, but we are also using for as a tool for urban planners, architects, and we are including everyone on this scope. So video games actually have this ability of connecting very like different worlds, like, and this is the good thing about video games. In Angola, especially now that video games are going, like technology itself is not just video games, but technology are the nucleus of every part of every government right now, and it's something like it's a key change for governments all around the world. In it, yeah, I see like a lot of similarities, for example, with what you're saying about places like Namibia, for example, in Angola. Namibia, that it's a province that, but also Namibia, because we have someone from Namibia today here as well. But Namibia, it's a desert. Basically, they have a desert in Angola, and it's a very beautiful location. But people know a lot. People know very few things. Like even people inside of the country, like even people from Luanda, there are like people that never went to explore the other provinces and all the beauties that we have.
Yeah.
And I see very like a lot of similarities inside of this. All right, can you play like the video? Like I'm right now. I'm just
Super curious. So I'm gonna play two different videos. The first one is the teaser. So
yeah,
in general, the general context
yeah,
of the game, and the second one is the gameplay trailer. Then I will show you a couple of framing images from the actual map, and then I will show you um, some screenshots from Rookie Awards where I can better explain how we did how we studied the archaeological sites and stuff like that.
yeah.
So yeah, let's start with the teaser. No, that's yeah, that's the right one. Sorry.
Nella notte dei tempi si riflettono i segreti dell'universo. I nostri antenati, popolo di navigatori, commercianti, guerrieri abili costruttori, nell'edificare rivolgevano il loro sguardo verso il cielo e ne scrutavano la meraviglia. Ogni anno, il giorno del solstizio d'estate, avviene una magia unica al mondo. John ed Ellie, una coppia di turisti appassionati di archeologia e astronomia, decidono di vivere questa esperienza e volano verso la Sardegna, a IDILI.
And this was the first teaser trailer, and this is the gameplay trailer. No, this is not the gameplay trailer. So we need the second one. Sorry, guys. So yeah, this was the gameplay trailer. As you saw,
Terrifying. It felt to me terrifying already. Like, and for those who don't know, the game is available on Steam now,
yeah,
and you can buy it for a discount price, right,
yeah,
Stefano?
exactly.
How much is it, by the way?
So
Nella notte dei
it's
tempi
780.
si
Sorry,
riflettono i
because
segreti dell'universo.
here there is something still playing. Yeah, it's 780 euros, so 95 dollars.
Yeah, yeah,
Started with a 20% discount. Also, we still released 4 different patches because it's not just releasing the game, but it's also doing the post-release
yeah.
support.
The post-release updates, you mean it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So
yeah, yeah,
with this, we want to make the people understand that they are buying this game not as a normal game, but as a part of this project. So he who buys the game is also participating to the development of IDILI. That's
yeah.
the reason why IDILI was released in a early access version,
Okay, so
because we don't have
this is the early access version, right?
exactly.
Oh,
And
nice.
probably if we can achieve some funds or stuff like that, we are gonna be out of early access maybe in 12 months. We
Oh,
just see how it's going, but we are planning to add 2 more levels because ideally starts with 1 level.
yeah.
It's about 1 hour gameplay, so
Okay, great.
the average price for the average gameplay of indie horror games. But it really has two main features that most of indie horror games with this price doesn't has. And the first one is that basically all of the assets that you can see inside the map, they are 100% custom. That's the very first important thing.
So
Uh,
this means that it's basically an IP. Like you guys did everything.
yeah,
Everything is original in the game.
yeah, there is just one thing missed. That is the foliage. But
Yeah,
we all know that foliage is a little bit tricky, and it's
yeah,
okay for now
yeah,
to have some packs that we buy. We didn't add any free asset or stuff like that.
yeah.
So everything is very very well done.
And
Like
how big is the team? Like to have like some like a really like small people to build something like this. How big was the team? How do you guys manage everything? Like I know that you are the founder and you're there managing everything. Like how did you came up to this? How did you manage to do this? Like because with like you, there are a lot of other people, especially in this Game Jam Plus competition, trying to finish their games, trying to have their own studio, trying to set up their own companies, and they are looking for ways of how to do that. Like, how do you manage to do this?
so that's a super cool question and not very easy to answer.
Yeah,
Um, let's start with me. And every time with Humboldt, I'm not
yeah,
the main character of this story. We are
yeah,
all the same. We all have the same importance. But I have to say that in order to be able to build this, I just sacrificed my life, my entire life. I learned how to don't go out on Friday and Saturday night. I learned how to be mm, productive, and especially I learned um, how to have not how to have. Let's say that you need to build a mindset
yeah,
first of all.
yeah.
And my mindset was built by doing jobs that I didn't like at all. And every time I did like a job that wasn't related with music, with the games, with
Hmm.
arts in
Hmm.
general, I was like, oh my God, I cannot deal with this. I cannot do this for
Yeah,
my whole life.
yeah.
So I started with this, and but then I worked so hard that people that started working on Idili, they were happy to work with me because they saw that I was sacrificing everything.
Yeah.
So I'd say that the first thing that you should do is to be sure that you are the one that is working the most.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least as soon as you are trying to find some people that can be interested in your project. Before to be interested in your project, they are gonna be interested in you.
Yeah.
And with Marcelo, we know very well that everything is not about products. Everything is about people and
Yeah.
works around people. So if you are breaking your butt, as we say in Italy, people will notice it. People will notice it, and then you will have their attention, their respect.
Yeah.
But then you also needs to work on an interesting project. When I came up in like showing IDILI in Madeira, for example, and in general with the guys that I'm working with right now,
Yeah.
every time they were trying a game. When we met with Marcelo and I showed him the game, he he was looking a real game, a small one, but a real game.
Yeah.
So people were like, "Oh, but you did it." Yes, I did it. So I'm not proposing something just with words and a project with a GDD or stuff like that. That's a real thing. That's a like you can almost touch the game. You can
Yeah.
play, it, you can experience it, and this was something that really changed the perception of people regarding IDILI, because everyone has have very very interesting ideas. We are all able to produce thoughts. The most difficult part is to make them
Yeah.
realistic products.
Yeah.
So let's say that probably the most important advice that I can give to someone that is trying to do this, and I'm still trying to do this. I didn't achieve any mm, big achievement, if not the one of releasing the game. That it's it's huge, but it's not like it's just the first one. It's the beginning. And so my best advice would be uh, you have to be the one that works more than the others, and you need to work a lot, because producing video games is the most difficult thing that we can do in the entertainment industry. And you need to learn a lot of things. You need to learn how to edit videos, audio, how to put 3D objects, for example, inside a map, how to deal with blueprints, or if you use Unity, how to deal with C Sharp. You need to study a lot of things, because, like, I did basically all the positions inside a video game team.
Yeah.
I did, but really everything. So that's the thing. You should start with this, or be sure that the people that you have started the project, at least you need to have the same vision. Um, so that's very very difficult to find.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm pretty sure that I found very, very good people to work with, because I make them see the game. So they were like, "Oh my God, if he did it basically alone, it means that he worked a lot on the project." And I
Yeah.
think that ideally that was the key.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. It is something because I don't know much about the current game industry in Italy, but I know that it's not yet a big thing. Like, for example, comparing to U.S. and
Yeah, exactly.
other countries, or not even U.S. but France or Germany. But I would say that it was something hard on me. For example, when I came to the industry in Europe, and also like beginning to start, it was hard. Definitely, you have here. You can. The market is very hard to go in, but it's very easy to get out of. Like if you're working with games, if you're working on a country like Italy, oh, I can't imagine even. But as you were saying, like the first person, if you want to do this by yourself, the first person who needs to invest in the game, it's you, and you need to be the one who works the most. Like it was a story that you told us that you end up doing. A lot of work that was like outside of the game scope, and this is a part of the life for a lot of people in Angola, for example, in Luanda, where I grew up. It's something that also it hits hard, and some people don't have the strength enough to continue just follow their dreams, also because the system doesn't approve, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good point to touch. Like if you want to become, and doesn't matter like any field. If you want to become an economist, if you want to become an architect, you have to sacrifice some things at some point. But the person who you need to invest in more, it's you.
Yeah.
And that's what you did. And I would say like you managed to do the most important thing, that was releasing the game. But this means a lot, and I would like to congratulate you, Stefano, for this
Thank
achievement.
you so
It's a
much.
big achievement. I
Yeah.
would want you to keep an eye on this and keep celebrating as much as you can, because this is a big achievement in your life. Yeah, mostly that, man.
Yeah. Definitely. And I have to say that the most interesting thing of the development of IDILI is that basically, uh, okay, that's another advice that I can give to the people. That is, don't be scared about having some difficulties on visualize what is happening in the next future, because you we are not magicians. So
Yeah,
there is no way to understand what is going to happen. The only thing is that you need to trust yourself, uh, and you also need to train yourself in order to be trusted from yourself. Like it is a tricky is a tricky thing, but yeah, like if you trust someone is because you are noticing that that person deserve your trust, no?
yeah,
And
yeah,
this works exactly the same with yourself. So if you know that you are skilled enough to be able to do that kind of walk in that path, then you will trust also the bad feelings. You will trust the fact that you cannot visualize what is going to happen. And then the most important thing is that the project will teach you what to do. That's the thing.
Thank you, Stefano. Thank you for the advice.
Thank you so much.
We wrap it up here. We will wrap it up with Stefano. We have a lot more guests to come in the next few hours. I would like to thank Stefano and everyone. I want to see everyone go and buy IDILI and try it and test it. I myself, I will tonight. And I want you guys to play this game. I want you guys to know Sardinia as well. It's a very beautiful island. I'm waiting for my invite from Stefano to go to Sardinia one day and see the beaches. It's like it's
Yes.
similar to Angola, and yeah, like I want to see the weather. Also looks nice, and I want to be there as I am already in the game. But
Yeah.
yeah. We will wrap it up here. I hope to see you next time, Stefano. And we will bring in a few minutes another guest, but this one is from Namibia, and he is doing really cool things with game development there. Thank you, Stefano, and bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Bye.